What does it look like on a Tuesday when you're tired, when your nervous system is fried, when you have little time left for yourself and you're trying so hard to keep afloat? Welcome to a Drop of Soul podcast. I'm Kim Wakefield, and this is your space for gentle, practical wisdom to help you live in deeper connection with your soul and higher consciousness, one drop at a time. In this first episode, I want to talk about a phrase that gets thrown around a lot in the spiritual world: living a soul-led life. It sounds beautiful, but it can also feel, a little bit vague and out of reach for many. Like, what does it actually mean in real everyday life? What does it look like on a Tuesday when you're tired, when your nervous system is fried, when you have little time left for yourself and you're trying so hard to keep afloat? That's what we're going to explore together today. We'll look at what a soul-led life isn't, what it is, and how you can start to move towards it in a really simple, grounded way, without needing to become some perfect, enlightened version of yourself that is switched on and unrealistically high-vibed 24 hours a day. Like, we'd all like to be that way, right? But sometimes it's just not realistic. Or sometimes it's just not how the day flows. Before we start, though, I want to get you present with me. You've already given yourself this little pocket of space to listen in, and that matters. I want you to make the most of it. So let's start with what a soul-led life is not. It's not about having it all together. It's not about never feeling fear. It's not about never getting triggered or never making a mistake or feeling like you are a mess. It's not about floating through life in a constant state of bliss. A lot of people quietly believe that if they were really soul-led, they would always know exactly what to do, never doubt themselves, and always feel calm and clear. I call absolute bullshit on that. So when they're anxious, confused, or exhausted, they think, well, I must not be very spiritual, or clearly I am doing this wrong. That's not how it works. I remember a time when I was leading Fierce Truths magazine through a big transition. On the outside, it looked like I had it all together, but inside I was exhausted, burnt out, doubting every decision I made, every decision I needed to make, wondering if I should just chuck it all in. There was this one week, well, actually, there's been many, when I honestly thought about walking away. My mind was racing with fears and what ifs, but instead of abandoning myself like I used to, I paused. I put my hand on my heart, leaned into my body, and I really listened. What I heard wasn't some dramatic revelation. It was just a quiet, steady sense that I needed to stay, to trust that my soul knew what it was doing, even if my mind was scared and couldn't see where all of this was going. That moment changed everything for me. It didn't fix all my problems or all the challenges that I was having at the time, but it helped me come back to myself, to my vision, to my mission, one drop of soul at a time. Being soul-led doesn't mean that you never wobble. It means that when you do wobble, you don't abandon yourself as quickly or as completely as you used to. You come back to yourself a little sooner. You listen a little more deeply. You regulate yourself a little easier. You make choices that are a bit more honest, even when they're uncomfortable, especially when they're uncomfortable. So, what is a soul led life? At its heart, a soul led life is about alignment and radical self honesty. It's you living in a way that honors what is true for you at the deepest level, not what you were told should be true, not what looks good from the outside, but what actually feels right and real in your body and in your heart. It looks like choosing relationships where you can be your full self rather than hiding parts of yourself away. Saying yes when it's a real yes and not when it's really a no. Letting your work, your creativity, your contribution come from a place of who you really are and not from who you think you have to be loved and accepted or to be seen. A soul led life doesn't mean you never compromise or never have to do the hard things. It means that underneath it all, you're flowing towards what feels true and alive for you instead of constantly betraying yourself to keep other people comfortable. And it's not just about big life decisions, it shows up in the small moments too. How you talk to yourself, how you treat your body, how you honor your energy, how you respond when someone or something in your life is clearly out of alignment or triggers you. It is about living your truth, that fierce truth that taps into your soul's purest essence, not the truth that's been conditioned into you. And I want to bring our heart and body into this as well. Soul, heart, and body are deeply connected. Your soul is that deeper, timeless part of you, that part that remembers who you are beyond your roles, your history, your trauma. Your heart is often where you feel that soul truth in your body. When something is aligned with your soul, your heart and your body might feel softer, more open, more quietly relieved, genuinely excited, maybe. But when something is out of alignment, you might feel tight, heavy, numb, even anxious. So, when we talk about living a soul led life, we're also talking about living a heart honored life. One where you don't keep throwing your own heart under the bus to keep the peace, or to avoid being seen, or to stay in what's familiar just because not seeing you shine makes someone more comfortable in their own skin. This is not about perfection. It's about building a relationship with your own soul and heart, where you're willing to listen, where you're willing to respond what is truthful for you, what is alive in your body for you, what your soul sings to you. I mean soul truth, not ego based or opinionated truth. But you're probably sitting there wondering, well, how can I actually use this? I want you to take a moment just to bring a hand to your heart. You can close your eyes if you want and just drop into your body. I want you to think of one area of your life that feels a little out of alignment right now or a little off. It might be a relationship, it might be your work, your health, your boundaries, or even the way that you talk to yourself in the quietest of moments. Don't choose the biggest, most overwhelming thing. It's not necessary right now. Just pick something that feels true and present for you in this moment. It may even be something that you didn't expect. Now quietly ask yourself, where am I abandoning myself here? And just notice what comes up, what is present. You might see a specific situation. You might hear a sentence you keep saying to yourself. You might feel a heaviness in your chest when you think about a particular choice you're making. You don't need to fix it all right now. You're just being honest with yourself. You're just being real with what is present in your body and in your field. You might like to take a nice slow breath here. Now ask yourself, what would living a little more soul-led look like in this one area? Just this one area, that is all. Maybe it's creating a small boundary with someone. Maybe it's telling the truth to yourself about how something really feels. Maybe it's allowing yourself to want what you actually want instead of what you think you're allowed to want or what you've always been told you should want. Let whatever is present be enough for now. One honest awareness, one small next step. Remember, sometimes it's the smallest steps that make the biggest impact. So when you hear the phrase, living a soul-led life, I don't want you to picture some perfect, polished version of you who never struggles. I want you to think of the you who is willing to be more honest with yourself. The you who is slowly, gently choosing not to abandon their own heart. The you who is learning to let their soul have more of a say in how they live, work, love, and play. Because that is living. And our soul came here to live, to experience all of it together as a collective. If this drop of soul landed for you, you'll love Fierce Truths magazine, a sacred sanctuary of spiritual wisdom, real stories, and soul-led guidance. And if you feel called to deepen your experience with me, you can join Fierce Truths Plus for live soul sessions, guided meditations, and soulful resources designed to help you turn spiritual insight into real change, so your daily life starts to match what your soul has been asking for. As a thank you for being a loyal listener, use code DROP25 to get 25% off Fierce Truth Plus when you join. You'll find everything you need at our Fierce Truths magazine website. See you there.